Looks like it's cloudy in some places and sunny in the other. I don't think it's gonna rain today though. Alright, what did I read today? It's kind of interesting reading this. I guess it's a thing nowadays. This one says, someone is spitting on Vancouver businesses and the motive appears to be COVID related. So according to this story, there's a guy going around various businesses and just spitting at the windows for whatever reason, and they're trying to figure out, why are you doing this? For 6 months now, employees at a dental office and a barber shop in Vancouver's Kitsilano neighborhood have had to clean spit off their storefronts. He says, I'd show up on a Sunday morning and there would be a big glob down my window. So with this, they're trying to figure out, hey, what's going on? And they installed a camera to see who's doing this, and sure enough, when they put the camera there, you can see someone walking by and spitting in the windows and stuff like that. And the only correlation they could think of is the fact that they had signs warning people to wear things like masks and all that. And it's kind of interesting reading this, which is kind of true. It says, the dentist said in normal times this would be just a gross nuisance, but not during a pandemic. We have to think about our customers and everyone else that comes into the office. The virus can survive on surfaces for hours at a time. And it's even serious enough. It says, police confirmed they have the surveillance video and are trying to identify the man. It's just kind of weird to think about nowadays, where even like things such as spitting is considered, I guess, like as a weapon in many ways. Well, I guess it is a weapon if you spit at someone, it's considered assault. But yeah, just in this case, like police investigations. And it was surprisingly coincidental reading this, but that story yesterday talking about DJI introducing a plan for drone flyaways. How about this one? This one says, loss of operator control and collision with terrain Inspire 2, Darling Harbour NSW on 15th January 2021. I believe this is in Australia. It says the ATSB is investigating a loss of operator control and collision with terrain involving a DJI Inspire 2 remotely piloted aircraft at Darling Harbour NSW on the 15th January 2021. While conducting aerial photography, the RPA was flown to approximately 10 meters above ground level when the pilot reportedly lost control of the aircraft. The RPA flew away laterally at high speed and subsequently collided with and broke the window of a building. An occupant of the building sustained minor injuries from the shattered glass. The RPA was destroyed. Wow, imagine that. Just 10 meters off the ground and it just went nuts and shot up like a bullet there for whatever reason. The ATSB will interview the pilot, obtain and review recorded flight and controller data, and review the operator's procedures as part of their investigation. A report will be released at the conclusion of the investigation. However, should a critical safety issue be identified, the ATSB will immediately notify relevant parties so appropriate action can be taken. So it makes you wonder, in this case, is it operator error or is there something wrong with the actual drone itself, which would be, I guess, manufacturer related? Just imagine that. You're only flying 10 meters in the air and it just goes nuts. The only time I've actually had crazy issues with the drone is actually, funny enough, when I first used it, because I was just testing it indoors and I figured, hey, that's the safest way to do it. Of course, these drones usually rely on things such as GPS to determine where you are and so forth, so if that gets wonky around the area with interference, and it could go nuts. I think the most common story I've read before when I started was how people that would fly around, say, a city area, everything is perfectly fine, but then because of connection issues, the GPS, it jumps their position from, like, say here to 100 meters away, like it's ridiculous. And then when it comes back online, the drone assumes, oh, I'm 100 meters away now. So when they go return to home or whatever, it just comes back straight full speed and hits a building. Outdoors, I've never had too much of a problem in terms of connections. In terms of things like the Mavic Pro would be more about things like that drone just wearing out mechanically or whatever. It's only the Mavic Mini that I had issues with in terms of connection, just because it uses Wi-Fi. I've actually never tried actually terminating the drone, because normally it says in the instruction, if you press the control sticks on the bottom left and bottom right or whatever at the same time, then it should kill the power. Never had to do that, fortunately, in terms of it flying away. Be like, abort, abort! What are the odds that this is one of those babies from last year? Alright, see you guys later.